What is up, guys? It is X-Rays, and I'm going to bring you guys some more Black Ops 2 info for you guys that are the Black Ops 2 tryhards or Black Ops 2 guys that are just huge on wanting to know as much as you can before the game actually comes out. And today we're going to be looking at all of the perks that are in Black Ops 2. For you guys that don't know, so we're going to go through perk 1, perk 2, and perk 3, and they're going to discuss a couple of stuff that's different, that's not going to be in there, that you're usually used to. So just bear with me and let's get this done. Here we go. So perk 1 is going to be in the tier 1. These are all the perks that will be in the first tier, so you have to choose between these. First will be Flak Jacket, obviously same thing from Black Ops, take less explosive damage. Ghost, cannot be detected by enemy UAV while moving. That's a big thing right there automatically, because we all know that people are always complaining about Ghost because they would sit in the corners and wait for people to, run by. And the real reason that they did Ghost, the real reason that they made a Ghost perk and cold-blooded and all of that is because they want you to be be a rusher with that. You should have the confidence that they're not going to find me. If I have a silencer and I'm running Ghost, and I can run up and I can rush and I can take objectives and everything, people won't see me coming. That was the whole point of having a Ghost perk, and people used it for camping, and so I guess now they added this whole thing where you will be seen on the UAV unless you are moving. If you are moving, then you won't be seen. They have not discussed how it will be. So if you're spinning around in a circle, would that be considered moving, or running around in little circles, or maybe crawling around? So they haven't gone into detail yet, but at least they're going in the right direction, saying that you have to be moving to not be seen. Next one, Blind Eye, unaffected by AI controlled perks. Hardline, receive bonus score points. So obviously it's not one less kill towards your kill streak. Now it's a score streak, so you receive bonus points towards your score streak, so it's faster to get them. Next one, Lightweight, move faster, take no damage from falling. So they've combined this one together, and so that's a very interesting one. Again, all of these perks, guys, will be in the description if you want to read for yourself. They will all be in the description. Skipping on now to perk set number 2, so this is the second tier. First one, we're going to have Hardwired, which makes you immune to counter UAVs and EMP, so it's kind of like Assassin, only it's not as powerful as Assassin was in Modern Warfare 3. Next one, Scavenger. Obviously, replenish ammo and grenades from fallen enemies. This is one thing I like about Black Ops, is the fact that you can replenish grenades, stun grenades, grenades, every other tactical one. You were able to recover it from picking it up from people, and you didn't get automatically the full one. You would get one, and then if you picked up another one, you would get another one. So that's a really awesome idea. I hope they continue to do that forward in every Call of Duty. Next one, Cold-Blooded. So this one's kind of like the one from Modern Warfare 2. Resistant to targeting systems including dual band, target finder, and sensor. So these are like it's basically like Cold-Blooded was. It keeps you off the targeting system. So, and this is not for UAVs. That's what Blind Eye and Ghost is. Cold-Blood is going to be for people. There's going to be there's a certain site that is called the target finder, and when they're looking down the site, they can see people, and then they're highlighted in a red square. So this keeps you off that and the sensor. So it's a bit of an incentive to use this. It's a lot of different perks that I feel they could have combined together, but I guess they were trying to make this game as customizable as possible. So next one, Toughness. This is basically flinch less when shot. It's kind of like the proficiency that you would use in your gun that was the focus proficiency, but now they made it into a perk, which kind of sucks. Next one, Fast Hands. Swap grenades faster, use grenades and equipment faster, and safely throw back frag grenades. I want to elaborate a little more on this, since this might be a little confusing for you guys. Now, Fast Hands, when I first read it, before I read the description of it, I thought it meant that it would be like sleight of hand, where not only do you throw things faster or quick draw also, in Modern Warfare 3, but I thought it would be like sleight of hand, where you would draw, your gun faster, you would draw your grenades, equipment, all that stuff, and you would also be able to reload faster. You would think that's what it does with Fast Hands, but that's not what it does in reality. You don't actually get to reload your gun faster than normal, because David Von der Haar said, especially he mentioned it even during the Gamescom, that he wanted to keep things that would make you move faster. Like, for instance, in Black Ops they had the double magazine, where you had 2 magazines and you would reload faster because of that. he wanted to put an emphasis on the fact that you had to have attachments on the gun in order to modify the gun, not to modify yourself. So he wanted to instead have a perk of reloading faster. He wanted to have an attachment that would make you move faster. Reload faster, like the double magazine that they had. So that's the system that they got going now. So there's not going to be a sleight of hand for reloading faster. There's not going to be a steady aim of sort. It's going to be an attachment that you add that helps get more, accurate hip fire. And in my opinion, that's kind of a little bit stupid. I think it's kind of BS, but it's the way they want to go with it, and it's the way that it's going to be. So let's move on to the third tier perks. It's going to be the third ones. First one, Engineer. Show enemy equipment in the world, delay explosives, and reroll and booby trap care packages. So it's the same thing they had before. It's the same thing as, sit rep. It's the same as that it's always been, except for the fact that now you detect stuff, you delay explosives, even though it was a separate perk. In Modern Warfare 3, it was Stalker, delayed, and then with sit rep you could detect enemies. So they kind of packaged this one together. So let's move on to the next one. Dead Silence, move silently, obviously. Extreme Conditioning, sprint for a longer duration. Notice how it says right there, sprint for a longer duration. It doesn't say that you sprint infinitely, so it will only be a longer sprint, sort of like it is in Modern Warfare 3. Next one, Tactical Mask. Reduce the effects of flash, concussion, and shock charges. Nothing different there. Awareness. Enemy movements are easier to hear, so it's the same thing as sort of like sit rep also, where you can hear people. Unfortunately, it's a separate perk this time. Last one, Dexterity. Climb ladders and mantle over objects faster. Recover from melees faster and aim faster after sprinting. It's kind of weird that they have aim faster since they wanted to put emphasis on the gun. So I don't know what is up with that, but those were the perks, guys. Tell me what you guys think, what combination you would use. Apart from that, there are wild cards that can be played, and I'll go into depth right now. I'll also copy this into the description. Wild cards are basically other set of like sort of perks, but not really. They're called wild cards, where you can kind of bend the rules or break the rules of the game. For instance, Primary Gunfighter is a wild card. It allows you a third attachment on your primary gun, but you have to waste one of those 10 points or the 10 allocations that you can use. Pick 10 system that they're calling it. You have to use one to pick this wild card in order to get the third attachment. So it's not like you can put a third one. You have to waste an extra pick for the wild card to get that, which is kind of stupid because it kind of takes away from being able to customize. Next one, Secondary Gunfighter. Same thing as Primary Gunfighter. It allows a second attachment on your secondary weapon. Overkill, take a primary weapon as your secondary weapon, so the perk has now become a wild card. Danger Close, take a second lethal with you, so you have to have this in order to have a second lethal. You can't just have 2 grenades, so it's kind of like splitting Warlord into a couple of perks, into a couple of wild cards really. Next wild card, Perk 1 Greed allows you to have a second Perk 1 or a second first tier perk. Perk 2 Greed and Perk 2 3 are the same thing. Greed, both of them also allow you to have a second perk, which again mentioning you have to waste one of those 10 points to get both of those. If you say wanted to have 6 perks, you would actually have to waste 9 of your slots for that, which is kind of dumb. Next one, Tactician, take a tactical grenade in place of your lethal grenade. It's going to be kind of interesting if people use that, so instead of having a combat axe or a grenade, if you would rather have another stun charge or, something else that they have in the lethal grenade section, which I'll talk about later in another video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to leave a like rating. It allows me to see that you guys are enjoying this kind of content, and it allows me to continue working towards better Call of Duty videos. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a favorite. I'm out. Peace. Remember to set up that appointment, because the doctor's in the house and I got a PhD in COD.